Hello everybody and welcome to the Kansas Speedway for the 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Heart of Healthcare 200, the 9th race for our Craftsman Truck Series season as we are green and underway here in the Heartland in Kansas. Corey Heim and William Byron lead us to the green flag. Who is going to go to the victory lane here tonight in Kansas? We're going to find out. It's Heim, Byron, and here comes the 7 of Carson Hocevar right there to the inside trying to make a move on Heim. Stewart Friesen right there behind them, nearly 3 wide for the lead here down the back straightaway on the very first lap. Heim, Hocevar, Byron going at it. Some incredible racing here in Kansas to start us off. Heim and Hocevar up there. Then got Riggs, Byron, Friesen 3 wide behind them. But Carson Hocevar will lead the opening lap of racing here in Kansas, making the pass on Heim and trying to drive away now to what would be his first win, and that's Spire number 7 truck's first win of the season. Now a few laps later, Hocevar barely goes off Corey Heim, a caution on the track for a 4 wide accident out of turn 4. Connor Mozak turns Ty Majeski, collects Matt Crafton, the 15 of Tanner Gray on his side, riding the safer barrier Casey Kane style across the start finish line. Finally comes to a rest on his roof on the middle of the front straightaway here in Kansas. A wild crash going to completely destroy the 15 of Tanner Gray up in the air on his side, landing on his roof. Damage to Majeski, damage to Mozak. Crafton involved as well. This actually going to take out Majeski from the race, yet somehow Tanner Gray is still in the race even though he was upside down. So that's quite the interesting thing. So Ty Majeski will be out of the race. He will finish in 31st place as our last truck on the field. So we have 30 of 31 trucks left in this race as Hocevar and Heim, the 2 dominant truckers we expect to see a lot of here at the front tonight in Kansas, continuing to do just that, leading the way here. Hocevar clearing Heim into turn 1. How about Raja Caruth in the 71 making a charge behind them? They're nearly 4 wide mid-pack, and there they go. They're spinning around. Goes Stewart Friesen. Brandon Jones around. Lane Riggs. Tony Bradinger involved in the big one. Strikes in turn 3 here in Kansas. Frankie Muniz upside down. A massive crash here on just a second. The first restart of the night in Kansas, and the big one erupts. Friesen, Lane Riggs, Brandon Jones, Tony Bradinger involved in it. They come up the track, they collect Tyler Ankrum, Bailey Curry, Frankie Muniz, the 22 there of Morgan Byard, Ben Rhodes, Nathan Bird, Honeycutt, Tanner Gray, Spencer Boyd, the 66 of Luke Baldwin, and Matt Crafton comes in late here with the Arca brake spot. I mean, what a hard crash here for a lot of guys here. Friesen and Frankie Muniz up and over on his lid is crazy. You see the 88 come flying in there. Apparently no brakes on Matt Crafton, just cleaning out. Here's the Halmar on board with Stewart Friesen. Just gets turned around here, nowhere to go. Back up the track into the field and gets collected in this one. Look at the 33 upside down. We get a good view of Frankie inside that truck right there. Now here's Ben Rhodes on board, nowhere to go. Just absolutely destroys the rear end of Morgan Byard. And here's Lane Riggs, Love's on board, just got tagged by Friesen, or else he may have been able to get out of that. And he comes right up into the path of Tyler Ankrum, who collects some heavy damage and sees the 33 collide. Now here's Frankie Muniz on board. Wild ride right here. Up in the air he goes. Huge flip there for Muniz. Here's Tanner Gray's on board. Just T-bones Caden Honeycutt there at the worst possible time, trying to full send it through. Did not work. Here's another look at Honeycutt and Tanner Gray as Honeycutt was spun around there by the 2 of Cody Dennison. That's what caused Tanner Gray to get destroyed. But the huge one strikes here in Kansas on just lap 8. It was been another chaotic start to our Truck Series races. That's like 4 or 5 straight races we've had insanity at the beginning of these races, as Cody Dennison and the 2 led us to the green flag, instantly falls back, and Chandler Smith easily drives his way into the race lead. Of course, Dennison not meant to be up here. That Raymond Brothers truck does not have the pace to compete with the likes of Chandler Smith or William Byron or Corey Heim up here at the front of this field. So a few laps later, it's Byron fighting Garcia for the lead, but caution's out on the track. Looks like Carson Hocevar got turned by Corey Heim into the outside wall, and they collect Nathan Bird in the 02 truck. And Heim and Hocevar, 2 of the dominant trucks, come together to bring out another caution here in Kansas. So it's been a wild start, but some drama there. As that caution, of course, now we are down to 24 trucks left in the race. You know, Ben Rhodes, Matt Crafton, Luke Baldwin, all out of the race, as well as Frankie Muniz, Tanner Gray, and Andres Perez de Lara. So that leaves us with 24 trucks in this race, as William Byron takes the lead away from Gio Ruggiero on this restart. But here comes the 71 of Raja Caruth to the inside of Byron, looking for the lead here in Kansas, and Caruth going to use that momentum to go to the lead. Raja Caruth to the front here in Kansas, thanks to a big push from Chandler Smith. Caruth out front. Now Chandler Smith took the lead on lap 20. Now catching up to Chandler Smith is the 9 of Grant Enfinger, who wants to compete for the race lead here in Kansas. Now a few laps later, Enfinger has taken that momentum and gone by Chandler Smith for the race lead. So Enfinger out front for the first time tonight here in Kansas, as they are now 4 wide for 5th place here in Kansas. Hemrick, Byron, Ruggiero, and Jake Garcia going at it here down the front stretch. Some great racing. Contact between Garcia and Ruggiero. There goes the 17th through the grass. Around goes Gio hard in the outside wall for Ruggiero. And a massive collision from Tony Bradinger, his teammate. And it's a disaster class from Tricon Garage as Jake Garcia takes out fellow bubble driver Gio Ruggiero, slams him hard to the outside wall, and he gets drilled by the oncoming Tony Breidinger, who is nowhere to go. Completely destroys the 5 truck. She collects Nathan Bird, destroying the 0-2. And just like that, Ruggiero, who is a top 5 truck tonight, completely done in Kansas thanks to a mistake made by Jake Garcia, takes out Ruggiero. So far, what we've learned is 4 wide does not work here in Kansas, as now we get back underway in this chaotic opening stage on lap 27. It is the 2 Spire Hendrick car Chevys of William Byron and Raja Caruth against the green flag, and William Byron will take the lead here on this restart. Of course, you see Bird, Bradinger, and Ruggiero all out of the race, 22nd through 24th. We are down to 21 trucks. Keep note, Carson Hocevar is 2 laps down. Now here comes the 11 of Corey Heim for the race lead on William Byron here on lap 28. And Heim time to the front once again. Heim looking to get back-to-back wins and get his 4th on the season already, as Raja Caruth here closes on him. And here comes Caruth once again looking for the lead to possibly get the stage when the caution's on the racetrack. Another big wreck in turn 3. Stuart Friesen gets turned by Connor Mozak by just a hair of a difference between their 2 fenders in turn 3. Friesen comes right back up the track, destroying Spencer Boyd, collecting Bailey Curry, who hits Friesen head on. Airtime for the 52. Jake Garcia piles in. The 22 of Morgan Byard was taken out by Connor Mozak, merging back onto the racetrack as a hard, vicious crash for Friesen. Airtime multiple times during that hard crash. The 52 is done. Bailey Curry's out. Spencer Boyd is out. Hellacious crash in an absolute demolition style stage 1 here in Kansas, just like we saw last episode at Texas. Here we are once again on a 1.5 mile having another chaotic race, down to 18 trucks left in this race, as Friesen will DNF in 20th, followed by Bailey Curry in 19th. So yeah, it just continues to whittle down the amount of trucks we have left in this field as Raja Caruth leads over William Byron here on this restart as we look to close out stage 1 with a short little green flag run, hopefully. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. Last lap of stage 1, Raja Caruth going to hold off a late charge from Daniel Hemrick. And Raja Caruth will win stage 1 here in Kansas, his 2nd stage win of the season. Hemrick, Byron, Enfinger, and Corey Heim the top 5, followed by Chandler Smith, Brandon Jones, Caden Honeycutt, Jack Wood, and Matt Mills the top 10. So Raja Caruth wins stage 1 here in Kansas. So now we move on to stage number 2 here from the Heartland. Caruth leading the way, but here comes the 11 of Corey Heim right to the inside, and Heim will take the lead away from Raja here on lap 46 in stage number 2. Corey Heim to the lead here at Kansas, going by the 71 of Raja Caruth to take the lead. Now a few laps later, Heim battling with the 07 of William Byron for the lead. Enfinger, Caruth, Hemrick still in this lead group. Some great racing tonight here in Kansas. Byron, can he get a nose ahead of Corey Heim? That time they give the lap lead to the 11, but Byron right back on the inside in that Spire 07 truck, and he's going to try to take the lead here through turns 1 and 2. Can he clear Corey Heim? Yes, he does. William Byron to the lead, but Corey Heim with a crossover here on lap 51. And they continue to battle side by side for the lead into turn 3. Can Heim clear William Byron here in turn 3 and 4? Not quite. Yes, he will. Heim able to hold off William Byron to retain the race lead. Now here on lap 78, Heim got stacked up, lost some positions, and now Raja Caruth back to the front of the field here on lap 79 over William Byron, who's able to cross over Caruth for the lead here coming to lap 80. This time by is just 5 to go here in stage 2, so getting close to the end of this stage as they battle for the lead here into turn 3. And it looks like William Byron will have it over Caruth. Yes, he will. Byron right back to the front here in Kansas. Gets a nice push from Enfinger, gets him clear of Caruth. Now into 3 and 4 the ensuing lap. We got a lot of trucks diving low here on the racetrack. It's actually going to be the start of a green flag pit stop cycle here with just 4 to go in stage 1. Corey Heim, Caden Honeycutt, and Carson Hocevar, who's 2 laps down, are in for their pit stops. On the ensuing lap, William Byron will come down from the lead. Joining him is Enfinger and Hemrick. That will leave Carruth, Brandon Jones, and Chandler Smith. The 1 of the 38 pitted the lap previous. So here we are on the last lap of stage 1, and Rajah Carruth is going to hit pit road on the final corner of stage 2. When he has the stage win in the bag, if he just gets across the start-finish line, the question is, does he have a big enough advantage to stay on the lead lap here or hold on to this stage win as he makes his way across the start-finish line? And it looks like he will. Rajah Carruth will win stage 2 on pit road here at Kansas, followed by William Byron in second, Chandler Smith, Daniel Hemrick, and Corey Heim the top 5, and then Caden Honeycutt, Grant Enfinger, Brandon Jones, Morgan Byard gets 2 points. And the final stage point goes to the 42 of Matt Mills, continuing his consistent season so far. But Carruth sweeps the stages here in Kansas, now up to 3 stage wins on the season, most of all drivers having one heck of a run tonight. But now here we are with just 37 laps to go. William Byron to the inside of Carruth, and Byron back to the lead here in Kansas thanks to a big push from Corey Heim. Looks like Byron, Heim, and Carruth can be our major players tonight. Maybe Daniel Hemrick as well, as now this time by will be 36 to go, and Hemrick to the inside, looking 3 wide for the lead here in Kansas. Hemrick backs out of it. He's still trying to close in, but he doesn't have the run, and now Heim gets to the inside of Byron as the 11 tries to go back-to-back wins here in the Craftsman Truck Series. Can he pull it off? He's having an intense battle here with William Byron for the race lead. They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway. Byron giving Heim all he's got. Some great racing for the lead and for the win here in Kansas. Heim and Byron fighting it out with Hemrick and Rajah Carruth right there behind them as they go through 3 and 4. Byron able to hold off Corey Heim's charge and maintain the lead with 35 to go here in Kansas. Now down to just 31 to go, and Daniel Hemrick is leading the 19. But here comes Corey Heim, and even the 1 of Brandon Jones has entered the conversation to battle for the lead here. We haven't seen much of him all night, but here he is when the pay window is open in the mix, fighting for the lead with Heim and Hemrick as they are 3 wide for the lead going into turn 3. Some great racing here in Kansas. Brandon Jones, Corey Heim, Daniel Hemrick. Who's going to be the 19? Backs out of it. Now it's down to Jones and Heim as they come across the line. They're going to give that lap lead to Corey Heim, but Carruth now making a charge to the inside of Brandon Jones. Now he goes. Here comes William Byron, and now they're 4 wide for the lead here in Kansas. They are putting it all on the line. 4 wide, and here comes William Byron. What a move by the 07. 4 wide in the 3rd lane and gets the lead. Unbelievable drive. Now with 7 to go, Rajah Carruth takes the lead, but William Byron looking to pounce here on the inside of Rajah. Just 3 laps to go here in Kansas. The Spire teammates battling it out for the win. Rajah Carruth and William Byron. Corey Heim right there in the conversation in 3rd. Enfinger looking in 4th, and William Byron takes the lead, but Corey Heim's got some momentum. Can he clear Rajah down this back straightaway to get a run, to get to the 07 here for the win? We are going to find out as Byron trying to hold off Corey Heim here for the race lead. The 11 of the big run, but nothing coming of it quite yet. 2 to go here in Kansas for William Byron. Can he hang on to bring home the victory? White flag in the air. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank here at Kansas. Byron has a decent gap back to Heim and Carruth, who are too busy fighting each other to really mount a charge to go get a run here and take the win away from William Byron. Looks like this could be the day for that number 07 truck, Aspire Motorsports, that has seemed cursed all year. Kyle Larson has had horrible luck in that truck, as have many other drivers, but William Byron is the one who's finally going to break the bad luck streak as they come down the front straightaway. William Byron wins it in Kansas over Corey Heim and Rajah Carruth, the podium, Enfinger, and how about Caden Honeycutt with a top 5 finish. And then you got Daniel Hemrick, Brandon Jones, Chandler Smith, Matt Mills, and rounding out the top 10 is actually going to be the 2 of Cody Dennison, making a last lap pass on Jack Wood to get his first career top 10 finish. How about that for the Rayon Brothers team? So William Byron picks up the win here in Kansas, his 10th career Craftsman Truck Series win, leading 43 of 134 laps, and getting the 07 truck into victory lane for the first time for Spire Motorsports here in 2025. William Byron, your winner. And now we get the updated final race results here from Kansas. Byron, the winner. Great race ran by him. Corey Heim, another strong top 5 run, coming home in 2nd and snagging his 4th Xfinity Fastest Lap Award of the year already. Carruth, Enfinger, Honeycutt with a much-needed top 5. Hemrick, it's a great run in the top 10. Same thing with Chandler Smith, Matt Mills, Brandon Jones. Shout out Cody Dennison, first career top 10 finish. Hocevar ends up 2 laps down in 13th place. Just couldn't come back from that 2-lap deficit. Then Lane Riggs in 18th. All the guys who crashed out: Friesen, Ruggiero, Rhodes, Majeski. Just a lot of chaos in this early in this race, and we'll settle down, have some great racing. Congrats to William Byron on the win. Now let's look at the updated playoff grid. Of course, Byron, a Cup driver, does not affect anybody locking themselves in. So we are halfway through the regular season now, and we still have 5 drivers in with wins, 5 drivers currently in on points. Hemrick, Rhodes, and Emfinger have a pretty comfortable points cushion, but Tanner Gray and Jake Garcia are holding on by a thread to those final 2 spots in the playoffs, with Garcia just 1 point above Stuart Friesen at that cut line. Matt Mills still lurking, only out by 15. They got Ankrum, Mozak, Perez, and even below them, which you don't see here, Honeycutt, Ruggiero. There's a whole bunch of guys lined up right in the picture trying to find their way into these playoffs. And as we conclude this episode, as always, I want to give a special shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much to JJ, Brenda Brian, and Jeremy Isley for your support. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Helps this channel and I continue to grow, produce some awesome content. Now on a road towards 2,000 subscribers. So those of you that are watching this video and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. It is completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds. I would really, really appreciate it. If you want to get your shout out here at the end of the video and get other member perks, link to become a paid channel member is in the description down below. Until next episode, we will be at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. I hope you all have a good one.